gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Maddalena. One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see! It's time!
For you to sit back, relax, and listen to a complete and fucking utter armchair expert give his completely and utterly useless opinions on the one hell of an amazing sport that is MMA.
G'day, guys. Look, I'll be honest, this is probably going to be a pretty short and sweet one this week because I'm currently recording this at fucking nearly 5 o'clock in the morning and am pretty damn tired due to some events on the weekend. Let's just say that. But anyway, let's just get through this one nice and quickly. I don't even know if I'm going to take any breaks, to be honest. So, UFC 314. What a card that was. We, of course, had Michael Chandler getting absolutely dominated by Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, you know, to the point that in the third round, you know, you just instantly knew it was done, and there you go. Michael Chandler's probably done. I mean, unless I guess they somehow make the Conor McGregor fight, that's probably done and dusted. But yeah, that was that for Michael Chandler, I guess. But by far the best part of the evening was Alexander the Great Volkanovski getting his featherweight championship back against Diego Lopes. It's enough to make an Australian shed a tear, mate. You know, when that happens, you know, Volk became the first man over 35, or the first fighter over 35 to do it. And yeah, man, what a moment. It'll be remembered forever, I believe, possibly even more than him winning the first time against Max Holloway, although maybe not. But, you know, just him in the cage after, you know, getting on the mic and going, adversity is a friggin' privilege. And you know, they're the moments we love, mate. They're the moments that we as fans of this sport live for. And I also loved, you know, him celebrating with his dad after. I love that as well. You know, like I said, that's what we live for. But anyway, that was UFC 313. Sorry, 14. 14, what am I talking about? Now we get into this upcoming card, UFC 315, headlined by yet another Australian, Jack Della Maddalena, Mr. TNT himself, going up against Belal Muhammad for the 170 Division Championship. And, of course, we've also got a women's flyweight co-main event between Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Fiorot, again, pronunciations. But also Jose Aldo's fighting on the card, which you guys know I love me a Jose Aldo fight. Always loved Jose Aldo, one of the goats of the sport. Kind of a weak card other than that, though, I got to be honest. But anyway, I'll get into, I mean, I definitely hope Jose Aldo wins his fight. Valentina, she probably should easily win her fight. I mean, let's actually just see what the odds are. Let's go to the UFC website, as always. Let's go to the UFC website. All right, so they're saying, yeah, let's see. So Jose Aldo is the favorite, number 11 ranked Jose Aldo against number 15 ranked, oh God, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but the guy looks like Ariel Helwani, actually. But ironically, they're saying Manon Fiorot is the favourite against Valentina. That's crazy. That's crazy. Far out. But that should be a decent fight. But, of course, Belal Muhammad is the favourite against Jack Della. I hope Jack Della gets it done, mate. That'd be a good story. And another belt coming home to Australia. But I have a funny feeling it's going to be a grappling fight for 5 rounds. And Belal's just not going to let him, let himself be put into any sort of situation, I guess, where he could be knocked out. It's could well be a boring main event, but let's hope not. But look, I'm sorry it's so short, guys. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I need to record, mix and master, and get this out before 6, and then try and get some. Well, I've had sleep, but I ended up waking up later in the night, so I just did this now. But I need to try and get some sort of semblance of sleep before I go and watch this fight at the pub. So that's why it's kind of so rushed. So I do apologize for that, but I do just want to end off the podcast by talking about Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Now, it was announced that at, I think, UFC 317, I believe. Hang on. Why is that coming up? I could be 318. Hold on. 318. Yeah, there you go. So at UFC 318 in, I believe it's New Orleans, we're doing the Max Holloway versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier trilogy fight for the Diamond's retirement fight. Sorry. And you just know that I'm definitely going to have to watch this one because you guys know I love me some Diamond. And not only that, but it's also for the BMF title. So, look, you guys know I love Max Holloway too, and UFC 300 will forever hold a special place in my mind and in my memories. Sorry, forever hold a special place in my heart, I mean, just purely for that moment. Knocking out Max knocking out Justin Gaethje. That'll forever be legendary. And I actually agreed with the people that said that they should just cut the belt now and make Max the champion. But make Max the champion forever. But I tell you what, I honestly hope Dustin wins, because he deserves to go out with something before the end of his career, for the career he's had. He honestly deserves it, and I'd love to see that, man. I also hope that he walks out to Lil Wayne, because obviously New Orleans, we all know Lil Wayne's from there, and apparently that's what the Diamond walked out to in his first fight. So wouldn't it just be fitting that if in his last fight he walked out to that? There was some talk. I think Dustin confirmed that he wanted it to be either Justin Gaethje to close that trilogy out, or someone else, he said. But look, I love this. I wish it had been Justin, because they're 1-1, and I do wish that they'd been able to close that trilogy out. But look, it is what it is. We'll take what we're given. I guess maybe they wanted to give Dustin a chance at a belt before he retires, like a definitive belt before he retires. So I don't hate it. But anyway, guys, once again, sorry this is so rushed. Looking forward to some upcoming fights as well. What is it? Suga Sean versus not Belal. Who's he fighting at 316? Sorry. Merab and Suga Sean Kayla Harrison and such. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to, as well as International Fight Week. There's a lot of rumors about that one, but I shall leave that until another podcast. But hope you guys enjoy this fight. And until next time, as always, catches.